I'm sorry, guys. I'm truly, really sorry for dragging you into this one more time. I really thought that was the end of Gary once more, but yeah, he's like a bad rash. So let's see what it's got for us today.
Hello to Tommy in Norway.
Norway, that's correct. Yay!
Here is your diagram. Does it have a bunch of numbers? No. I don't have the time nor the inclination to go out on a large lake, have somebody go out in a boat, measure all these things off. If you want to do that, you can.
Well, that's the thing, Gary. I did all the measurements. I did all the numbers. What's the problem?
But you know this is going to be how it works, because this is what you see in reality. This red line down on the bottom is the ocean, or a lake, whatever water surface. If I'm standing here right at the shore, right where the water's lapping up, I look down to see the water right at my feet. I'm, 6 feet down, right? But when I look straight across, the horizon meets my eye level. The water appears to slant up to it. Now, this water behind that point doesn't like drop down. It doesn't go down here or curve down here. This is the surface of the water, all the way across the body of water you're at.
Well, that's my problem, Gary. It really doesn't. I'm going to show you soon. But let's keep it on for now.
This is the line where you can't resolve things that are close to it, because you have a variety of factors. You have the atmosphere, heat waves.
Heat waves. This is the beginning of spring. This is late winter, early spring. It's cold. It's no heat waves. And look at the pictures. They're pretty clear.
Small little waves. Just things like that. Angular size. The further something gets away, the smaller and more squished it gets.
That's another problem. Look at these windmills. They are skinny at the top and wider at the bottom, and they stand on a 150-meter hill. A big fat hill that I can't see. Where did that hill go?
Well, anyhow, at this point, this is my horizon. Sorry it's a little windy out here. My shade just about blew over on me.
Okay.
This is the angle I keep talking about. This is the optical limit of angular resolution.
Optical limit of angular resolution. I think I got it now.
Is right here at this point.
How far away is that, Gary? How did you calculate that point? Where's the measurements? Where's the numbers? You need some hard calculating facts.
This is what the flat earthers were making mistakes at.
Flat earthers? You're not a flat earther? Okay.
Because they were thinking they could bring everything back into view, complete view. Well, they could, if it was up to this point. What they were observing is that sometimes they couldn't see something of small angular size.
We're talking about windmills, Gary, and a freaking boat, ship. Nothing small. It's a big ship. And windmills. And a hill.
Because it was in this little part of the angle. And with binoculars, and they could see it again, because the binocular basically acts like a microscope into the small part of the angle. Microscope at a distance.
Okay.
That's how they were getting fooled. And that's how they made a mistake. I knew all along that boats would disappear, because you could see it. So anyhow, but this is how it works. Your eye level makes the horizon right here.
No, it doesn't. It's above. Here's the proof. It's above.
Water appears to slant up to it, and then it's just straight across.
No, it goes up a bit in your eye level and then it goes down again. That's how I can hide those hills and windmills.
You're not looking down over here to see the water.
Yes, I do.
You're just only when it's at your feet in this first little distance, you kind of, but to see the horizon, eye level.
You've seen my videos, Gary. You've seen the photos. Exactly where did that happen?
The boats, if there's a boat before this point, you can see the whole boat. Behind this point, you can't. It starts to disappear bottom first.
Why?
Plus it diminishes and gets smaller in angular size as it moves away.
Yeah, that doesn't explain bottom first.
And then ultimately it gets lost in here. It's kind of like if I laid a paper on a table and I tried to peer under that. That angle would be so small I can't see anything in the back part.
Yeah, but you can't hide a ship and a 150-meter hill and a 150-meter windmill behind that paper, could you?
But if I raise that paper up a little bit, I can see because I changed my angle. Well, this is how I bring a boat back into view. I rise up. Well, that changes my angle. This part becomes wider. See here, it was this wide. Here, it's this wide.
Calculations, Gary. Numbers.
But not only does that part change, this part changes.
Calculations, numbers, and reasons.
This first one was here. But now the water is a more gradual slope up, goes off into the distance, meets you at eye level.
No, it doesn't.
Now this boat, because it was behind this and was disappearing bottom first, is now in full view because it's within this whole wide part of the angle. It's no longer behind and on the flat part. It's right there. You see it in your own videos.
No, I don't.
You see it in my videos.
Well, your videos are kind of special.
That's how it works.
No.
That's how your eye works.
No.
Everything below eye level slants up to it.
No.
It's just that simple.
No.
And the higher you rise, the further you see.
Yes. The higher you go, the longer you see beyond the curve.
Because you widened the angle and lengthened it. If I want to obscure this boat completely, and partly this one, all I got to do is just lay on the ground and look out. Because now it'll go, I'm going to be down here, that little angle is just sharply up and it's over here. And this, that's where the boat would disappear because it's already behind, way too far behind my optical limit. That's why rising and or lowering in elevation radically changes where this point is.
Citation, measurements, facts. Again, Gary, this is worthless opinions. This doesn't describe anything. You need those numbers to describe actually where that stuff happens with your measurements of some kind. And you're not allowed to use curve calculator.
Now, if you want to get on someone on a boat, go out, watch them go off into the distance. Measure off where it starts to disappear bottom first. Measure it to you, then you can figure out what this angle is from your height up to that point.
Well, I kind of did. I was at 60 feet, short of 60 feet. That was my eye level.
Then you can measure your angle. That will be your optical limit of angular resolution.
How does that make any sense?
The same with this one. Now you would measure here to where the boat was just going to start going bottom first. That's your angle. You would find your distance here, you find your distance here. This is the one you can't measure with regular geometry.
No, because that thing of yours is not real. We can measure the curvature of the Earth and everything with a curve calculator. We can do it, Gary. Just admit it. We have curve calculator. We can have observer height. We can have target height, distance. Yeah, even refraction can be entered into that curve calculator, and we can. That's our geometry. The radius of the Earth is 6,371 kilometers. We don't need anything else. It's done. Finished.
The one that goes up, because that's how your eyes work.
No, Gary, that's not how our eyes work.
And your geometry doesn't have something for that.
Yes, it does. Curve calculator, 6,371 kilometers radius. Finished.
Geometry just counts a straight line. We got a straight line. My eye view has to look straight across. This has to be straight across. This has to be. It can never meet because parallel lines never meet.
True? Hey guys, listen up. Here comes the interesting part.
No, parallel lines never meet. But perspective in your eyes, things merge. That's just how it works.
Well, it looks from our perspective, Gary, from where we stand, yes, it looks like it. But the physical, as you said, they never cross. The physical geometry of those lines never cross. Perspective will never do anything like that.
And you don't have to like it. Doesn't matter. That's reality.
Nope.
This is the real world.
No.
This is how your eyes work.
No.
This is how your cameras work.
No.
It fits this model.
It may fit your model, but your model is wrong. Simple as that.
You can figure this out. You seem pretty smart with this kind of stuff.
I am pretty smart with this stuff, and that's wrong.
But you have to know that this is always going to happen. Your eye level here, the water's going to rise up to it. Here's going to be your water level the rest of the way across.
Again, no. Let's take a look at someone you don't like, Soundly. Let's take a look at his elevator video. You see that? Yeah. There's no straight anyway. Anywhere.
Going to be looking at this down here because that's just not how your eyes work. You saw it in my videos. That's why I can stand with a pipe on a level. I can have the pipe on the level and be well above the water or the valley and still see the horizon in my tube.
Okay, Gary. First of all, your tube is not level. There is no way to point directly through that tube. And you're not looking at the horizon. You're looking at the bottom of a lake with a hill behind it. That's not the horizon. You need to get a water level, like this one. This is how you do it. I said it so many times, Gary. Water level. That's how you do it. Take that tube of yours and give it to your kids as a pea shooter. That's the only thing it's worth for.
It's because that's how it works. Just simple.
Nope.
Works every time.
Nope.
You can debate if it drops a teeny bit. I don't think it does. But you can debate it if you want. That's fine.
I don't need to debate it, Gary. You do. Because I have the proof. Again, here it is. It drops. I'm at 20 meters. Or just about 20 meters. And still it drops.
Doesn't matter. Because still the fact is, you're looking straight across.
Nope.
At your horizon, no matter what. If I was 500 feet up here, I couldn't fit it on the paper, but I would still have the same thing. This line would go off over here somewhere, and then this one would meet it. I would change the angle, see further.
And again, Gary, as I showed you in many videos, we have this one at sea level. And then we have this one a bit higher up, about like mine. Then we have this one higher up, horizon drops further down. So, yeah, horizon drops, Gary. Throw that tube of yours far away. Get a water level.
That's why on Lake Pontchartrain, you know, there's a lot of pictures, overhead pictures. That thing's flat as can be.
Lake Pontchartrain. Do you have GPS in your car, Gary? Do you trust GPS to work? I don't care if you believe in satellites or not. GPS actually work. GPS measures X, Y, and Z, or Z. It measures distances, speed, where you are, and the altitude you are on. So, what kind of distortions would cause this to happen? Here you have GPS measurements of that Lake Pontchartrain, done with a surveyor for I don't know him how many years, and he had the track on his car and drove over, back and forth, doing measurements every 10 meters. What kind of distortions made that measurement exactly fit the bridge? Please tell me.
There's no hump.
That's correct, Gary. There is no hump. There's an endless curvature going all around. There's no hump.
See, and this is why, too. When you rise in elevation, this is why your hump levels out. Because this line, instead of being here and now here's your hump and you think the curve is going over here, this is what happens. And you see it when you do it. When the camera goes up, you see this lowering and it going off into the distance further. It's in all my videos.
The thing with your videos, Gary, you're doing it wrong. You're lifting your camera up from ground level and just 5-6 feet or something. That's not the way to do it. You need to find the ocean and lift higher up, like several hundred feet. Then you can see further because the curvature goes away from you. The horizon moves away from you. Pretty simple. Try it once, please. Do it the real way.
Just look. It's even in yours.
No, it isn't.
The thing is, you don't notice it in yours so much because you usually go to one elevation and stay there. And then you just say, oh, look, the bottoms of this are gone. Explain it.
Yeah, I admit you're correct. I was just at one elevation because there is not much between 0 and 20 meters. I could go below to the sea level, but I didn't. I'll surely do that next time. Thank you for reminding me.
You can't explain it. It's
Yes, I can.
beyond the curvature. There's this much missing.
Yeah, missing. The bottom of the boat is missing. Yeah, sure. It's beyond the curvature.
This is why. Your eyes have a limit.
Citation, Gary. What limits does our eyes have? Please. We don't see like eagles, I know that, but what limitation does our eyes have? Please. Citation.
It's for depth perception.
So what? We can tell how far things are pretty well. Maybe not over several miles, but so what?
You were created by God to be able to judge distances.
That's your opinion. I'm not going in there, but well, I'm an atheist.
How he did it, how they work, I don't know.
That's clear, Gary.
I just know that's what we see. And that's why if the sun was over my head, it would appear to slant down in the distance.
It would appear, Gary. That's the thing. It would appear.
and come down here. And once you would see it the whole time, and once it got behind this line, it would start, unless it's got mountains or something, but if you're on the ocean, once it gets behind this line, it will start going away bottom first.
It's still 3,000 miles up, Gary. Or what height do you think your sun is? Please, you haven't answered me that yet. How high above ground is your Earth? Your sun? Please, I need a number.
And yes, the sun moves in a straight line across. It doesn't arch. That straight line, though, in our eyesight, appears to slant down.
Yeah? You said it yourself. It moves in a straight line. It appears to slant down. That's two very different things, Gary.
The clouds, if there's clouds here, the clouds will slant down.
Well, 2 degrees for every 138 miles. That's not much, Gary.
They'll meet the same point. The clouds and the sun, the moon, they all meet at the same point on the horizon.
That still doesn't explain geometry, Gary. You said it yourself, the sun moves in a straight line. That still doesn't explain geometry. You explained perspective. Kind of wrong, but well, yeah. Still doesn't explain how the sun shines under the clouds. And that has nothing to do with exciting the gases, Gary, because then this picture here, then the sun would excite the gases when it was closer. Now it's further away, and now it starts to excite the gases. So, sorry, Gary, you won't get far with this one.
The angles are just steeper for the sun because it's higher, and for the moon because it's higher. And the clouds, it's still a steep angle, but not as steep as like the sun or the moon. The stars do the same thing.
Sorry, guys, I don't understand a bit what he's saying here. This is Greek.
That's why everybody has a hard time figuring out the stars, including you guys.
Well, we have something called equatorial mounts that pretty much prove the spinning sphere Earth. If you can disprove an equatorial mount, be my guest, you'll be the first. No one's ever done it before. Even Jeranism or Globusters or no one, Nathan Oakley, Nathan Thomas, none of them touches the equatorial mount because they know they can't debunk it. So, if you do it, please, you'll be the first.
You guys can't explain certain things about them. Neither can we.
I think we can explain pretty much more than you can.
But we're figuring it out. We got some pretty smart guys on our side. And we're
well, let's not go in there, please.
Having fun. You guys seem to be pissed off all the time.
No,
I mean, the anger I find on your guys' side is...
This is the other way around, Gary. Just look at Dell in his shed and Nathan Oakley and, yeah, that other Nathan guy. They're damn near angry all the time.
It's crazy. I literally get threats. Like on Facebook. I stopped going to the NASA page because I would have people message me, message my wife with threats. Anyhow.
That's too wrong, Gary. I'm with you there because no one should threaten anyone because of their beliefs. So you got me there, Gary. I'm all with you.
YouTube's much funner. It's too bad half of you guys block me.
Because you never have an explanation for anything, Gary. You just have a lot of questions and worthless opinions. That's a big reason for it, because you are worse than a 5-year-old brat sometimes. Sorry, but that's truly it. You start present proof instead of just denying everything. That will help a lot.
But it's still fun. I like arguing with you guys. By the way, Tommy, I'm not your enemy.
I'm not your enemy either. I don't have enemies.
I'm sure if you lived here, or if you came here, here's my offer to you. If you ever come to California, find a way to message me, either on Facebook or on YouTube. And I'll take you to dinner. We'll go to Monterey or Carmel. Two of the most beautiful places. They're side by side. Two of the most beautiful places in the world. And we'll have dinner or lunch out on the ocean. Okay.
I appreciate your kindness, Gary. Really do. But yeah, who knows? What time will tell? It's the future, so nobody knows. But thank you. I really appreciate it.
But I still like to ridicule you guys, including
Ditto.
you. And I'm going to make fun of you.
Yeah, same.
But just because this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, you have a good day.
Same to you, Gary. Have a nice day. So take that pea shooter of yours and throw it away. Give it to your kids, whatever. Get rid of it. Do this. Make a water level. Measure the eye level. Straight out. There's no way for you to debunk this. This is actually what happens. This is my eye level. That's just the way it is. And the horizon is way below that. Way below. And again, you need to actually explain why those 300-meter high windmills go from above eye level to below. How does it cross that line, Gary? That's still the question. It doesn't matter if it slants down to eye level. This time it crosses the eye level. It goes well beyond eye level. That is what you need to explain. You still haven't explained that. And as I said, Gary, that skinnier part disappears faster than bigger parts, or whatever. The skinniest parts of these windmills are the top, the tip of the blades here, the skinniest part. And the foundation, or the pole they are standing on, gets bigger and bigger, fatter and fatter. And those again stand on a 150-meter high hill. Where did that hill go? If we can see the skinny part of this windmill, why can't we see the hill? That's big, fat, full of trees. And here, some wire for you. You can actually see the wire here. That wire and that wire is a hell of a lot skinnier than that blade, even seen from here. You can see this part. Why can't we see the bottom here? So if the camera's angular resolution, or whatever you call it, can pick up that thin cable here, it surely would pick up the hill that windmill is standing on. Wouldn't you agree? That hill is way much fatter than those cables. I find it kind of strange, Gary. Something doesn't add up. It works perfectly on the globe. Why couldn't it work perfectly on the flat Earth? Once again, guys, I'm really sorry for dragging you through this one more time. I was hoping to see the end of it soon, but that Gary guy is stubborn. The problem is, so am I. So, next time I'm just waiting for Gary to hide those windmills below that line. Because that's what we see. The top of those windmills need to be below that line. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I really appreciate this, and I'm hoping for this to end soon. Bye bye.